Hey, it looks like we're recording. Awesome. All right. Hi, guys. Try to not be distracted by the crying in the background. This is actually a really awesome and fun call. It will not make you cry, I promise. Sorry. Tonight, we are sharing a day in the life of being a Beachbody coach. Everybody that's going to be sharing tonight has been a coach for a little while, at least a year or more, and we're just going to give some different perspectives from the stay-at-home mom perspective, busy with kids at home, in preschool and at home, plus the working mom perspective, just from a couple different points of view, and just a little sharing about our life as coaches and moms and women, and what we love and what we hope to be able to inspire you to want to join in with us despite the crying baby. I'm going to hand it off to Erin, who is going to share with us first. Go for it.
Hi ladies, my name is Erin Holmes, and I am one of the coaches on Tiffany's team. I've been a coach for a little over a year, and I am an Emerald coach. I just wanted to share a little bit first about my story and why I became a coach. First of all, I used to work more in like a corporate job before I had kids. And at that time, I never, ever would have envisioned myself having my own home-based company or business, especially something like this. I used other products from other companies, and I was even asked if I wanted to, do this type of business with other companies. And I always said, no, why would I want to do that? It made no sense to me at that time of the point of my life and everything before having kids. But after having kids, I decided to stay home with my kids. I have a 4-year-old little girl and a 2-year-old little boy. So I've been home for 4 years now. And about 18 months into being home with my daughter, I just felt like I really needed to find something that was just for me again, and some way to use my brain outside of ABCs and colors and baby kid stuff. So what I really wanted to find a work at home part-time job, and still be able to have a flexible schedule so that I wouldn't ever miss anything going on with my family or have to miss out on time with my daughter. I really wanted to be the one raising my kids all the time, not have to give that up. So I actually did work for a company for about a year, doing a work from home job. I would have to log in for a couple hours every night after my daughter went to bed, and they paid me very minimally, but it was something, so that was good. But then they asked me if I would commit to coming in more often to the office. And I told them that I wouldn't be able to do that unless I could make it work financially, because I didn't want to be spending all my money that I was earning on childcare. And that just didn't work out for them. And so it didn't work for me because I wasn't going to work basically for free. So I ended up getting laid off from that job. And that really affected me because I really felt discouraged at that point that, that job didn't work out for me. And basically that I was forced into deciding whether I was going to be with my kids or, be able to have a creative outlet and earn extra income. And so that affected me very much to lose that. And, in the process of kind of like the same time frame a little bit later, was when I started remembering that Tiffany had been posting about what she did as far as her health and fitness. And I knew that I really wanted to get healthier. I just started to have some bad eating habits with having a little kid. My frustration, I just took it out on going in the pantry and eating chocolate sometimes, and wasn't really losing my baby weight, especially after baby number 2 kids in 22 months, definitely did a number on me. And I wasn't able to get to the gym that often because of the fact that I had 2 little kids, and I'm very OCD about having everything that they need in the diaper bag every single time I leave the house. So I was only getting to the gym like once a week. And so that wasn't really working out too well for my health. So that led me to finding Tiffany's challenge groups and becoming a part of her community and getting support from her, with her being my coach. And that was just such an amazing, like, life-changing experience for me, because I finally felt like I was getting my confidence back and I was really feeling really great on the inside. It wasn't even about the outside at first. It was just feeling good on the inside that, you know what, I feel like I look nice today, or I feel like I'm a person again today. I'm not just like somebody's mom. So because of the fact that I was so passionate about that whole experience and my transformation, that's why I really decided to become a coach. I've always loved helping people, and I've always loved connecting people with solutions that can help them and just being their cheerleader. And I've always loved online support groups. Something that a lot of people don't know about me is that before I had my daughter, I had a miscarriage. My first baby, I miscarried, and I was a part of an online support group after that for a long time. So I'm very familiar with how different groups work, and I believe in them so much, because sometimes there's things that we can't share with people in our life, but we still need support. And it's great to be able to connect with other people that are in the same exact place you are. If you're a new mom, or if you're just a really busy working woman who just needs support, but maybe you don't feel comfortable talking to other people in your life about those particular struggles you have, it's a great way to have that that outlet. And so I knew that that would be a good fit for my personality. And I always have loved social media, and I love setting my own hours. I love being able to just to set whatever schedule I want, and knowing that I'm never going to get laid off from this, I'm never going to be forced into doing it more hours than I want to do, or having to show up somewhere at a certain time or date or whatever. That's not going to work for me and my family, because my family is number one to me, and I would never do anything to jeopardize that. So that's really what's the most wonderful thing about this opportunity to meet. And aside from that, the impact that it's had on me is just giving me that sense of purpose, giving me a passion project that I can use with my creativity to have as an outlet. I don't really spend a lot of time going and looking through like deal sites or online shopping anymore, because I have this, and it's really so much more fulfilling than doing a lot of those things that I was doing before to fill up my time when, I wasn't necessarily interacting with my kids if I had a little downtime in my house. So it really does give me that sense of purpose, and it's an amazing community of awesome women that I get to interact with on a daily basis, and having a little fun money is great too. I just actually went on a trip to Chicago with a couple of my girlfriends a couple months ago, and it was great to just, obviously talk to my husband about it, but be able to say, hey, we have the money there because of my work that I've been doing. So that is really nice to not feel guilty, because I know we all have mom guilt if we are spending money on ourselves, right? So I'm going to just briefly tell you a little bit about a day in my life of kind of how I fit coaching in to all my other responsibilities. So basically, I usually wake up and whatever, I'm not an early riser, so I just kind of usually sleep until one of my kids wakes me up, which I know a lot of people are like, oh, I got my workout done before my kids wake up and everything. That's not me. So I usually make breakfast for my kids and my husband and I. And then, as they're eating breakfast or just, futzing around, I'll check in around 9 a.m. or so and check in on my challenge group or just check in on social media. And then as I'm just getting my day going, I check my calendar, and my daughter goes to preschool, and then my schedule actually just changed last week. So I'm going to tell you what it was before it all changed, because I'm still getting in my new routine. But up until last week, my son was home with me full time. So I would take him to, like a little mommy and me activity, or take him with me on errands and things like that. And then we would have like a healthy lunch. And after lunch, when he would have his nap time, then that would be my primary work time. So I just do my workout and then focus probably like about 30 minutes on sending out messages, posting to social media. And another thing that we do as coaches is personal development. So I'll read a few pages of some personal development, or sometimes if I didn't have time, then that would get pushed into listening to something while I'm riding in the car or washing dishes or doing other things like that. But then after my son woke up, and we get my daughter from preschool, I just work in different little pockets of time that I have, just 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, checking on different things that are going on with my challengers, whether it's just they're posting something and I'm commenting, or if I send them a private message, just checking to see, hey, how are you doing? What do you need help with? Is there anything that you're struggling with today that I can help you with? And also just reaching out to other people that are friends of mine that I haven't talked to in a while, or making new friends online. And also that's a really great thing about being a stay-at-home mom, is that you have a lot of ways to interact with other moms within those like play groups and different places you might just randomly be with your kids. So that's a great way that I've found that I can also add to my network and reach out to more people, is just through those different activities that I take my kids to, like in the mornings. And then after, we go through our afternoon, then cook dinner, and then go through our evening routine, which is, definitely I'm like totally focused on my kids for those hours that, but I wouldn't lie if I said that when they're in the bathtub, I don't check my phone if, I'm just sitting there or whatever. So that's okay too. And then after my kids go to bed, then that's usually when I kind of have another focus, like 30 minutes to an hour, checking out my challengers, posting on social media, just coming up with different things that I want to share to just add value to people's lives, whether it's a recipe, or maybe I'm just going to post something just saying, how tough my workout was, but that really like gave me the strength and the energy to get through the rest of my day, or just like the mental toughness that you need to have as a mom is, no matter what your kids do, you have to be able to handle it. And a lot of times for me personally, my husband works long hours. So I know that I'm going to be dealing with frustrating things all day long. So my workouts definitely help me to stay like mentally tough and centered throughout my day. So that's kind of just a day in my life and just a little bit about me. So thank you for listening.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing, Erin. I'm all choked up. That's such an awesome perspective coming from a stay-at-home mom, and thanks for sharing so much about your personal, journey too. So I love having you in our groups and on our team. It's so awesome. All right, Marissa, you're up. Go for it, girl.
Hi, everybody. My name is Marissa Shear. I am primarily a counselor. So I started my coach journey after probably a month of doing a challenge group. And I started with 21 Day Fix. And so this is how I signed up with that. I had a miscarriage back in, it was 2015. And I got super depressed, as anybody would. And I could not snap myself out of it. And I just went along, and finally a friend of mine posted, I lost blah, blah, blah in a challenge group, and I'm so impressed with my results. And I'm like, wait, what is this? So I contacted her and asked her what she was doing, and she told me, and she hooked me up with Tiffany, and I called her, and she set me up, and she got me rolling, and I had great results with the challenge group. But more than the challenge group, I had support, and I had momentum, and I had encouragement, and I had daily check-ins and people who I felt like cared, which is different than the family support and, you know, the oohing and ahhing and are you okay, the checking on you every day. That's great, that's appreciated, but it's not the type of support you're wanting in that moment. So I signed up within that month for the discount coach. That's what I was for a very long time. I just rolled with being a discount coach. And then I was kind of pushed and prodded a little bit along the way, which I needed. And along the way, I found myself, and what I wanted to be was that type of coach who empowered other women, who inspires other women, who makes other women feel the way that I felt during that time when I was so troubled and when I needed that type of support. So that's what I'm trying to do, is ultimately become that type of coach. So overall, that's what it's done for me. That's what coaching has done for me. It's made me a more whole of a person. It's grown me. It's made me happier. It's made me more positive throughout my entire life. It's given me the tools to apply to my job as a counselor. When I get lost on, okay, what do I tell this client now? I go towards some of my personal development that I've been reading, or something I've learned in my challenge groups, or what's worked for me in exercise, or some mentality I've been thinking about. I feel like I'm more self-aware. I feel stronger. I feel more connected to my personal relationships, specifically my husband. We're able to talk just in general about what we want out of life, and we're on the same page as far as our finances and where we want my business specifically to go, and his business too, because he's a coach also. And so we're on the same page as far as where we want our Beachbody business to go. So one of the cool things that Beachbody has done for us is we set a goal back in, I think it was February, that we wanted to pay off some of our bills, and using the, I forgot his name, steps, where we've been able to pay off two, one credit card bill and one our pickup. So that's pretty awesome. And we're right on track to pay off another one before Christmas. So Beachbody's been able to help us do that. So being a counselor, that's my primary job. And then I have 2 little boys also. I'd say I put that before Beachbody because you have to. Here's my typical day, much like Erin. I'm one of those people who get up and work out before the kids because I like that quiet time. I don't have any other time for myself. So I'm up by 5. I get my workout done. Then I get ready for work. I get the kids ready for school. We're out the door to work by 8. So between 8 and 4:30, on my breaks and on my lunch break, I'm checking with my challengers. I'm checking on, meal plans. I'm jotting down notes if I think of something that sounds good for a recipe next week. I'll do some personal development over lunch if I have a nice lunch break. Go for a walk. So I find time throughout my day, if I have an extra 15 minutes here or there, where I'm able to do some of that stuff. After work, I do dinner and family time. And then after I get the kids down for bed, I do my power hour, which is when I'm checking in on Facebook, my challenge group. I do my personal development if I haven't already got it done, and I'll do some invites. I'm a early to bed person because I did get up so early. So if I try to make the most of that time. I'm still not as active as the rest of everybody, and you'll hear that. So I'm learning as I go, and the planning process takes me a lot longer than everybody else. So I'm hoping I'll be able to narrow that down eventually, but I feel like the system I'm working on is getting a lot better.
I about started to talk while I was on mute. Dave Ramsey is your man. Yes, we are big Dave Ramsey fans in our house as well. So if you've never read any of his books and you have, things you want to save for or bills you want to pay off, his, what is that? 10 steps. I have one of the books. I should have grabbed it. Just really basic principles. I mean, simple stuff, but, for like my husband and I, it took us a long time to get on the same page financially and be on a budget and stuff. And then there you go. Total Money Makeover. That's it. It is a phenomenal book. I would recommend it to a college student who is about ready to go out on their own. Hint, hint.
Yep.
If you guys have never read it, and they've got, there's a ton of people in his like arsenal of experts. And so I actually think they might have a book about like being prepared, like getting out of college and like your first job and how to, why you should start investing in your 401k. But sorry, that's a totally like random, has nothing to do with this call, but super passionate about it because it's a life changer kind of thing. And I think that it's so cool when you have an experience like that through an outlet like a Dave Ramsey, who's a great financial expert, and you couple it up with something so cool that you're doing as a Beachbody coach with this extra income basically that you decide, it's not your everyday income that you've got to really be buttoned up and tight on. And for some of us, it becomes a part of our income and it pays the bills. And in some ways, it's like if I can funnel it to a vacation fund or I can funnel it to pay off cars or bills or whatever. I mean, it's such a phenomenal way to gain financial freedom, which like everybody wants, right? So anyways, Marissa, thanks for sharing. That was fantastic. Miss Natalie Jean, is there anything that you would like to add before I wrap us up?
I haven't been as active of a coach yet, but the thing that I hear you guys say all the time that I think is so important and I count on is there's a million ways to do this. There's tucking it into your day. There's planning a specific hour every day that you're going to work on it. There's starting out as a discount coach. There's starting right out of the gate as a coach who's going to be actively coaching. So that I love that there's just not a box that we have to be in,
Yes, I do know exactly what you mean. And I think that that's something that we can all relate to because, for me, hi guys, I'm Tim. I've been a coach for a little bit over 3.5 years now, and I didn't have a challenge group. I didn't have a coach when I discovered what Beachbody was. I watched an infomercial at 2 a.m. when I couldn't sleep because I'm a chronic insomniac, and I was super depressed, like as badly depressed as you can possibly imagine when the bad things really start to happen. Rough place in my marriage, was kind of doing the single parent thing while my husband and I were trying to move across the country. I was just not myself. And I watched this infomercial and then I posted on Facebook, like, has anybody ever heard of this workout called Insanity? And I had like 3 or 4 of my former college teammates comment and they're like, oh my gosh, you would totally love it. You will probably die, but you'll love it. And I was like, okay, that sounds exactly like what I need. And I got it. We were living in this little apartment and I started doing some of the workouts and then we moved and I shelved it for a few months and I was really starting to kind of slip away again. And I just had to think to myself, like, when do I feel my best? And I have always felt my best when I work out and just kind of have that ability to just clear my mind. And I'm one of those women, like most women, that is I just overthink everything and I can never shut my brain off at night and then I never sleep. And like, it's just like this like downward spiral. And so we got moved into our house. I kind of set up the basement and I just committed. And I'm like, I'm going to do this for the 60 days and I'm going to see how I feel. And within the first week, and I think this is kind of like what Erin was sharing, like I was like a different person. Even in the first week, I couldn't walk because I was so sore, but my head was already like the fog was lifting, and I was just having an experience that I had never even had when I was, working out in, college sports or any other, time in my life where I had been a part of something. And I was doing this on my own, and I'd always been a part of like team sports. And I thought, well, this is really cool. And I'm so glad I had this experience. It took me 70 days to finish the program because Christmas fell in there and a couple other things, but I finished it. And I don't know, I think I had lost like 10 pounds, and I didn't really even care. And just like what Erin was sharing about, for me, it was 1000% about the mental transformation that I had. And I got done with that workout in January, and I started in November, finished in January. And I was just like, there has to be a way that I could like share this with people and I could just pay it forward. And I don't honestly remember a single commercial on the infomercial that or in the DVDs that talked about coaching. And one night I was just talking to my sister, and I was just telling her how much I loved that workout and whatever. I had bought a bag of Shakeology, by the way, that I didn't understand how to use. I didn't realize it was a daily like thing I should be drinking. I thought I was just supposed to drink it like after I worked out or whenever I felt like it. So I was telling her about it, and she's like, I've been following this gal who I think is a coach. And I'm like, I don't have any idea what you're talking about. So I went on Facebook, found this gal who eventually became my coach, and just kind of saw like, okay, she's posting on social media that she's working out. She shares recipes. I'm like, I think I could totally do this. She does it all on social media, which wasn't even like a business concept I really had my head wrapped around, because like Erin, like worked in agency and corporate marketing forever. And in my mind, we use social media, but we didn't, we used it to enhance our business. It wasn't our business. It was just such an interesting concept to me. And I thought like, okay, well, I'm going to just look into it. And so I did a little bit of research, and then I reached out to this gal and, basically just asked to join her team. So it wasn't like she reached out to me. Like we never had a conversation. I still didn't understand what a challenge group was. So I signed up as a coach in March, and I'm like, I think I'm going to just like be a discount coach and kind of fill it out for a few months and kind of just see if I could even really do this. And honestly, I signed up as a coach, and within 2 weeks, I had my business name picked. I had a website. I had my Facebook business page. I'm like, I am all in. Like, I don't know why I would have even like hesitated to begin with. I'm like, I just have too much to pay forward. And if I can help one other person just feel as amazing as I feel by taking control of my life and just taking my depression and turning it upside down and coming back to myself and back to my family, oh my gosh, like that would be a win for me if I could help one person every month. That was all I ever set out to do. And that was it. And oh my gosh, I have like goosebumps just like thinking back to like that first month in my business. And the rest is history. Like literally, I just took off from there. And I'm not, if you follow any of us, and you probably follow like 10 other coaches, like some coaches, like they go gangbusters and they've got like a team of 100 people within like their first year. I am not that person. I am the like slow and steady wins the race person. I just want to coach and train and mentor and like bring amazing people like these three gals onto our team, because it's more about sharing in the journey and knowing that, we're all in the right headspace. We all have financial goals. We all have personal goals. But when it comes down to the nitty gritty, we're 1000% in it to help other people. And however we relate to those people and however we can best help them, that's our goal every day. Just to add value and support and build a community where people know that they can come to us and they can trust us and they can trust the people in our group, and they know that there's going to be somebody there for them on the days when they don't feel like they can be there for themselves, or they just don't have that support, maybe from family or friends. Like they have us. And that to me is everything in this world of coaching. I I probably work my business, if you want to use that term, a little bit more in the sense that I just kind of am in a groove. So, I mean, I'm like Marissa. I did not used to be a morning workout person, but I get up now most mornings and try to have my workout done by the time I got to get, by the time my daughter needs to go to school, especially on the days that my husband's working and I'm just single parent duty in the mornings. And I check in as early as I can with my groups just to see if anything happened overnight and kind of just jumpstart and get everybody going, get my workout in, get my shake and just get my day going. And my plan is to I try to post on social media, a few times a day, same kind of things. We're just about wanting to motivate and share and inspire, and that's what we do on an ongoing daily basis. So that's what I do. I mostly do things from my fitness Facebook page. I did that in the beginning because I wanted to kind of have my personal and my, fitness stuff separated. Now I have like a ton of crossover between the two, and pretty much all my friends and family know like I'm coaching and I'm doing whatever, but I try to be, super consistent on my Facebook fitness page, Instagram page every day, really consistent sharing. And that's for us what it's about. We want to be as consistent as possible, but it doesn't control our lives. If I don't post anything one day, I don't feel bad about it. My family comes first, and like we were just on a great trip over the course of the weekend, and I just checked in a couple times. I shared a couple things, but like I wasn't stressed out because I hadn't posted anything in 24 hours and I hadn't shared. To be honest with you, and the girls can tell you, like I wasn't even checking in as much as I normally would in our group, but that's the amazing thing about these private Facebook groups that we run, because if I'm kind of busy or have something going on and everybody's still posting, we all have each other. So, they pick up the slack for me. What can I say? It's awesome. And I don't care. I don't need to be the one that responds to everything in our group. I want everybody to share recipes or give support and lift each other up. I mean, that is so much what it's about. It's just that constant community of empowerment and support. And don't get me wrong, like we give some tough love if people need tough love. I'm usually one of them that needs it, a good kick in the pants some days. But for the most part, we know how to deliver it, which is what's great. So I think more than anything, what I want, no matter who your coach is, you're going to have amazing support. You're going to get great training from us as a team. We really try to onboard new coaches very consistently so that you go at the pace you want to go at. None of us are going to be cramming stuff down your throat saying, oh my gosh, if you don't do this in the first 30 days. And there are some coaches that are like that. So if you want to be super aggressive, you have to tell your coach from the beginning the pace that you want to go so that any one of them or me can help you go at that pace. It is your business. You're the boss. You set the hours, you set the intentions, and you go for it at whatever works for you, your family, your lifestyle. But I will tell you that once you get going, and I hope everybody validates this on the call, once you get going, you're kind of addicted to it because you just feel so awesome seeing your challengers do great and have non-scale victories on a daily basis and share amazing things, how they've got better relationships or they're more active with their kids or everybody in the family ate a new vegetable. Like, who cares? Like, that is the great stuff. And those are the things that you will be able to share with others as a coach as well. So I hope I've kind of covered everything. Do you guys think did we miss anything?
Hey, Tiffany, I would just highlight maybe the community feeling. You hit it right on the head when you said it doesn't always have to come from you as the coach. It has been striking to me over the last few groups that I've been in, how the group has meshed together to encourage each other. We've each commented back to someone else to encourage them or to kick them in the rump or those things, not just leaving that to you, to lead. And I think that's so powerful that those groups come together that way, time after time after time. And I just think there's such value in that.
Yeah. Thanks, NJ. And that's truly what it's all about. It's all we're trying to do is build a strong community. You know, and it's might seem weird that you're doing it online with people from all over, you know, the US, Canada, pretty soon, you know, the United Kingdom or whatever. I mean, it doesn't matter where you're at. I mean, you can support people from anywhere, which is so cool. Yeah. Erin and Marissa, anything else you guys want to add? Any second thoughts or things you thought of?
I would just add that it is a little intimidating, obviously, when you're first putting yourself out there. And it's just really common for all of us to have that fear of before you post that before and after picture, or the first post that you do if you're starting a business page or if you're just posting on your personal page, it's really common to just have that fear. And you know, it just, you're being vulnerable and you're putting yourself out there. So if you do have kind of like that reservation or that fear, just know that that's 100% normal, and you just have to do it anyway. And you're going to get a lot of positive feedback because people, you know, it's great to see other people who are doing well, and you're going to have just people coming to you and saying, wow, that's awesome. And you're going to be able to share that with them and offer that as a solution for them if that's what they're looking for too. So don't be afraid. And if it's something, you know, like Tiffany and everyone said, you can go at whatever pace you want. Nobody's going to be forcing you into doing anything that you're not comfortable with until you're ready. And even if that's just signing up for a discount now and then, you know, helping one person and whoever your coach is, you can always kind of have your people go into their challenge group, or, you know, all the details will work themselves out. But we're all just a really supportive team, and we do a lot of things together, collaborating together with our different groups and things like that. Yeah. So I just wanted to add that.
It's a great ad. Thank you. Marissa, anything else?
I don't have anything, no.
Okay, cool. Well, and I hope that in watching this tonight, and thanks for everybody who watches the replay, that I hope that if you've gathered anything from our sharing tonight, you know, I hope you've kind of erased the stigma from your mind about, oh my gosh, they're only out to sell products. Oh my gosh, and you know, they're just a part of some weird scheme. Like, okay, clearly, like that has absolutely nothing to do with it. Our goal is to help people feel amazing. We have awesome products and tools and nutrition guides and things to help people be successful. And we will guide and support. And if you live locally, you can maybe meal prep with your coach. That would be awesome. But I want you to understand, like, that we're not out to be salesy product pushers. We're out to find people the best ways possible to help them have an amazing, healthy lifestyle. I mean, I feel like that's the best way that I can kind of sum it up. So with that, we're going to wrap it up. Thanks for everybody who joined and participated tonight. You guys are the best. And this recording will be available for you guys to share and watch. And then I encourage you to hook up with your coach. Just ask more questions. That's what we're here for. We never want anybody to walk into coaching blindly, and, you know, we'll help support you guys all the way. So thanks so much for joining us.